Home sales dropped 10% in the month of July. Does that mean that we are in trouble, and should sellers be worried? Jeremy Knight, the Knight Group, your favorite Austin realtor. A week ago, I went over new construction and how new builders are in trouble. So this week, we're going to talk about sellers. With this news coming out of buyer demand kind of dropping and the fact that we're seeing sales start to drop in Austin, does that mean there's a lot of trouble? Buyers, pay attention to this video as well. This is just not for sellers, because the information I'm going to give for these sellers is good information for you as well. But before we go any further, you know what to do. You are the sponsor of this video, so make sure you drop a comment. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you're thinking about what's happening in the market. I want to just hear from you in general. Drop a comment below. So here we go. Before we go full tilt crazy into the bubble popping and crash, let's look at the trends and what's actually happening. If we go back all the way to 2019, we can see that sales in the Austin area were about 3,400 sales for the entire MSA. Let's fast forward all the way to 2021, and we saw about 4,000 sales, 4,041 to be exact. Now, if you compare that, yes, sales are up compared to 2019, but in 2020, we had a crazy boom of sales happen. So if you're gonna compare 2021 numbers to 2020, yeah, we did see a dip. In 2020, in July, we saw about 4,500 sales happen. So yeah, we're about 500 sales short of those 2021 numbers. So one thing that we really need to focus on, though, and why all these bubble poppers that are going to come out and tell you all this craziness that the market's crashing, is they're not paying attention to the biggest thing that's on here, and that's the fact that we only have 0.9 months of inventory right now. And the fact that we only have 0.9 months of inventory, if we go all the way back to 2019, there was 2.7 months of inventory. So we're still about a third of inventory compared to 2019. Even last year in 2020, which was the craziest year in real estate that I've ever seen, we actually see that there was 1.7 months inventory. So there was almost double the amount of inventory compared to currently now. Now we are seeing more homes hit the market. So this is why this video is really important for sellers. Okay, so what does this mean for sellers? Number one, I think we're seeing more inventory start to come back on the market, because if you compare this month, July, which was 0.9 months inventory, back to like January, it was like 0.2, 0.3 months inventory. We are seeing more inventory, and what we're starting to see is that sellers are starting to be able to find homes to purchase. I think this is one of the biggest issues of why we had such little inventory, is that sellers had nowhere to go for the most part. Unless they had put a new build under contract a year ago, they had nowhere to go. So yes, we're gonna see more inventory hit the market because sellers finally have places to go. Builders are starting to give more incentives, which is great. And in my last video, I actually said really to wait to the end of the year for buying a new build. So sellers, what does that mean? Should you be listing your home right now with sales dropping? The reality is, it's still not a bad time to sell because we only have 0.9 months of inventory in the market. But sellers, if you're going to put your house on the market, you must heed the warnings that I gave you in a couple videos ago. And that was the fact that don't overprice your home. Really, if you put your house on the market and you overprice because your neighbor got $150,000 over list price, so your house is nicer than that, so I'm going to price my house even higher. Here's what buyers are doing right now. Buyers are looking at interest rates going, interest rates are still really low, and with this news that they might come out next month and raise interest rates, they're going, all right, I should buy a resale home now and not wait for new construction. So that's something to look at. Some buyers are taking the wait and see approach. They're hearing all these bubble poppers talk about bubble popping and crashing, so they're starting to wait. So we are seeing buyer demand drop a little bit for that reason alone. Now, and prices are out of control. Prices have been really high. So that's another reason why you shouldn't overprice your home, because what we're seeing with some of these buyers is that homes are staying on the market 14 days. Now, if you look at the July numbers, July average day on market was 12 days. If we go all the way back to 2020 or actually, let's go all the way back to 2019. 47 days was the average for a home to be on the market in July. So yeah, if you're looking at selling your home, much better scenario in 2021 than in 2019. But what's happening is some of these homes, if you're pricing them high, buyers are looking at them first week on market and not writing offers. And here's the reason why. They're going, I don't want to get into a crazy multiple offer. Now, even Ian on our live stream on Thursday said that, hey, you know, I had clients 14 days on market with these homes and we went to go write an offer, all of a sudden multiple offers. And so that's what we're seeing. Buyers looking at home, they're waiting to write offers and they're waiting a couple weeks. Now, you're seeing 2, 3 offers on a property, but you're not seeing 19, 20, 30, or go back to that story I said about 97 offers on a property. So as a seller, it's better for you to make sure to price it appropriately because you will still get multiple offers, but if you price too high, you're gonna wait 2 weeks. I mean, you could still get that full price, but just don't go crazy with the price. The other thing is get your house ready. I've walked so many homes with clients that where houses were priced a little high and the houses just didn't look good on the inside. They weren't updated, they weren't clean. So that's another thing, just get your house ready to sell. Now, buyers, if you're watching this, be patient right now. Yeah, I'm telling sellers to still put their homes in the market, but be patient. You have the opportunity to be a little patient. I know you're hearing all this stuff that interest rates are gonna start coming up. And there's all this talk of tapering, and so people are getting worried that interest rates are gonna be going up. But even on our live stream on Thursday when we talked with Sarah, Sarah said even if they do start to taper, those interest rates aren't going to be seen until really next year where they start to increase. So it's not going to be an immediate price increase. So you do have time to be patient as a buyer and think at the end of the year, some of these new builds might have inventory homes that have been sitting that didn't sell. And so they're going to have really good price incentives at the end of the year. But sellers, I'm going to also caution you to be patient. And why would I caution you to be patient? Look, 14 days on market isn't terrible for being on the market. Make sure you don't overprice. But that's still good compared to 2019 with 47 days. So if you're gonna be selling, keep an eye on the market. We are gonna see more inventory hitting the market between now and October. It's the same trends. You know, in our Thursday live stream, I talked about the trends compared to 2019, and we are looking a lot like 2019's numbers, which is perfectly fine. So if you are gonna be selling, I would honestly actually caution you to wait till November. Now you're gonna say to me, Jeremy, but we're hearing interest rates might go up, which means I'm not gonna get as much for my home. Everybody take a deep breath. A lot of buyers are taking a wait and see approach, which means towards the end of the year, when we get closer to the holidays, buyers are gonna be back in force like they were. And right now we start to see inventory start to lag and then the inventory drops off before the end of the year. So if you are looking to sell, November is a great time to sell because buyers are buying again. Now buyers, if you're listening to this, buy right now. I know you're gonna say, oh my gosh, a realtor telling me to buy right now. Yes, I just said to be patient. But between now and October, be patient on what you're looking for because you will find a home between now and October and inventory will drop again and prices will go up next year. Maybe not as quickly as they went up in 2020, but they will go up. So I apologize for rambling in this video, but I really do think it's important that everybody take a deep breath. Just because this information has come out does not mean the market's going anywhere. Yes, again, you're gonna say, a realtor's telling me this, and a realtor makes money off of this. Look, I can't help every single person buy or sell a home, but I'm trying to give you the information that everybody wants to look at the clickbaitiness of YouTube and the clickbait of all this media. Take a deep breath. Things are going to be okay, and they're not going to be as quick a jump as people think they were. All right, Jeremy Knight, the Night Group. Sorry for the ramble. What do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? You agree, disagree? Drop a comment below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this with a friend, and tell them what this crazy agent in Austin's telling you. There you go.